Okay, everyone is welcome once again, and this is Rogers Mokalere from Sharebility Uganda Limited. And today in this session, we are going to be having a quick demo of the latest versions of the software for report cards for schools. We have report card software for primary, for nursery, for secondary schools. And we even have a version for tertiary institutions, but we have all used this using Office. So we program it on top of Office, which is already available in schools. And we made simple software tools for making report cards easily. So in this session, I'm going to be demonstrating the version 5. Every time we keep getting feedback from the users, and we keep working to improve, so that every time we improve and also add any features or layouts that may be necessary. So I'm going to be going straight in to start with the one for nursery. I'm going to go through the one of nursery quickly, and then primary, and then shall go to secondary, new curriculum, and A-level. All of them have a similar concept, so it is going to be we'll not waste much time on others after the first ones. So let me share my screen. Let me share my screen so that you can be able to proceed. Okay, so after some point, I'll invite feedback and questions from the members on the call as others join. Okay, so the software that we did is simple. It is simple. We just programmed Excel and Publisher, and we connected them to make report cards for different levels. So here I have folders. I have one for nursery. Let me open the one of nursery. So when you get it, so when you buy it, I just send you this folder here. The folder has a few files. So the main file which is having the programming is the Excel. The Excel file is the one which receives the data and also computes the scores. So when you open it like this, so usually we send it as a zipped folder via email. You download it, and once you download, you extract it, and you open the folder. So when you open it like this, you find class teacher sheet, which is the first sheet here for data entry. And then this is where you are going to enter the names of the learners and the scores. So for example, here I have some names. Let me remove. So what you do, this part where there is white is where what you remove. This other part where there is blue, you don't remove. These ones are going to be the other side. Those ones you don't remove. So if you are so here I've removed, and you see the names are not there now on this other tab. So what you do here, you put in your names. So you could be having your own either linear numbers or whatever you have as identifiers for your learners. So you can put them in here. So for me, I'm just say 001, and then you put the name of the learner. So for example, I can say just, then I have Kalele. Then you right click here and you choose link, choose a photo for that particular learner. So you can rename your learners' names with their links or with their names so that you can identify. So you just right click, then you choose the stream where this learner is. If the learner is in stream blue, you put blue. The age, say maybe it's 5. Now in this version, we have made it easy for the total days. So you just put the number of days like in a term. If there are 12 weeks, each week learners do for 5 days, that is 60 days. that you are going to take attendance. How many days did the learner attend? If the learner attended how many days did was the learner absent? It is easier to measure because the number of days absent are fewer. So if the learner was absent for 5 days, then you can be able to know it automatically computes the number of days present. So that is something new that we have. Now, there are some scores in here. They are there because there's some dummy data here. If I go and I remove this dummy data this side, of course, I could have removed it later, but let me just remove it to show. So we have various tabs for entering scores for various learning areas on nursery. So if I remove them, then they will disappear. So you don't have to remove from here. You don't have to, you just enter only here, and that is enough for now. That's enough for now. So after you just enter this up to here, and that's all. So you can put another learner as well. Maybe put another one. Maybe let me put Annette Mbabazi. So I can be able to choose also this one. I choose the learner's photo, and then I choose whether this is yellow and age 7. The number of days for the term are 60. This learner was there for absent for only 2 days, so he was available 8 days. So that is all. Now, these other comments here, class teacher's comment and house teacher's comment, I'll talk about them later. If you, in this one of nursery, we have not automated it, but it's something that we can do in case you have very many learners and you want automated comments. We already have the formula for that. So, but we want teachers to be able to assess their learners. So we have something like a grading system here, but I'm going to come back to this one later to show you how that can work. So the first thing that you do after you have entered in your names of learners, you'll be able to find the names will automatically appear this side. So you can be able to put in the marks, how many learners marks exams they do during the term. Sometimes we give them monthly tests. We give them different assessments. If they did several, we have made a provision of up to 4 assessments. So you can put maybe, now we have, in this version, we have changed the scores to out of 100 because some schools have been asking for it to be out of 100. So if yours did it out of maybe another one, maybe 50, you can convert and put in out of 100. So here you say this learner got 80. This learner got 75. So you just put in, automatically it computes. Now, if the learner got a 60 in the second one, it will get the average, and it will get for you the average out of 100 here. And if this learner got 90, then it is going to get the average here. So you can put in for a given number of learning areas. So in nursery, we have what we call learning areas, and that is according to the nursery curriculum framework, which we have also provided, the ECD framework. So there are some people who maybe are running schools for when they don't know some of the things. So we have integrated this ECD framework from NCDC, which shows the various learning areas that are there. So these are the learning areas. They are like the subjects which are there in nursery. So we have provided space for assessing each of those subjects. So this one here, the second learning area, also you can put in depending on how many assessments were done. Okay, so you can put in accordingly. So now, usually the learning areas are 5, but we made just an extra one just in case there's a given school which is teaching more. Maybe it has its own additional subject area that it wants to teach. So we made the provision for up to that. up to 6. Now, in case you put in a mark like 120, it doesn't allow. We put some validation to make sure that you don't put marks beyond what is possible. And in case the learner has missed, you put an X so that the system can know that the learner is actually having an X, and it will automatically compute here and put X in case the learner has an X somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to end here. This last one is just an extra learning area. Now, in the learning areas, apart from the learning areas, each of these learning areas has what we call activities. For example, under teaching myself, under taking care of myself, there can be drawing, there can be singing, there can be, under each of these, there are several activities that learners can do. So some nursery schools, they do report cards without even marks. They just do report cards only having activities like writing, listening, reading, drawing, games, music, toilet habits. So some nursery schools use activities instead of marks of exams, while other nursery schools use both. So we have made a provision for both. So for here, you just come here and you select for each. We have put here the learning areas, so you can be able to, if you want to choose another learning area, you can always choose another one and put it there. So activities. So writing, how is Mukaleli in writing? You can say it should improve, or yeah, is excellent. How is in listening? You can choose. So you can be able. We have put there some of these. But you are free to type your own. So for example, reading, I can say reading is, so listening, reading can say reads well, okay? So you are not forced to use the selection. You can type your own comment, but we put the drop downs just to make it easy for a teacher to fill in and in case you want to make your own items on the drop down, you can come here where there is in the class teachers sheet, these comments that you put here, these ones are the same comments that are going to appear. So for example, if I come this side and I say, so good, okay, so I can say, okay, commendable. Okay, if I say commendable, I put that as a comment there. So when I come here and I choose it, I'll find commendable in the drop down. So you can be able to add your own comments that you want the other side, but also you can be able to make your own writing. You can be able to type your own custom comment for learners. So for some of the nursery schools, they choose like for baby class, they just do a report card having comments, which is a qualitative report card. Then for top class, that's where they go ahead and they do where there is marks out of 100 and grading position. Some of the nursery schools by baby class, they don't position learners. They just look at their competencies in some of these areas, so that others just share the colors. And they put a key that green is this, red is bad, like that. So we of course know many nursery schools do their report cards manually, but in case a school wants to go digital, maybe it has many learners, they can be able to use this system. The system even has a summary sheet, which will be able to summarize for you the report card, the scores that you are having. Okay, so now after doing that, after entering and getting this is just a summary sheet. It shows you the summary of the learners, what they have got in the learning areas. Now this summary sheet, feel free to copy out. Feel free to copy out whatever you want. You can open a new Excel sheet and then you paste the data here, and you can delete some other things you don't need. Maybe you don't need the attendance. You don't need this. You can delete, you can summarize, and be able to use your own skills in Excel to do your own summary of the learners and print out for staff room use during what? You can put your own title. So the summary sheet, you copy out and use in your Excel sheet outside. So that is what you do. So after you have entered those scores, you go ahead and you open the data, the generator for reports. So when you click on this generator for reports, it is going to ask you to try to reconnect to the data source the first time, but the second time it will just open. So you try to reconnect to the data source, you click on continue, and then you go ahead and you look for where the report card is. So you choose it, and after choosing that, you go ahead and you open. Now, we have put 3 different layouts of report cards in here because we know different nursery schools want different designs. So the first layout here is summarizing both the learning areas and the scores. So learning area, this is the learning area, what the learner has scored out of 100. And the second learning area, what the learner has scored out of 100. So you can have the scores, and then the teacher can be able to put the signatures here. Down here, the comment here, if I try to go to the next, see the comment is automatically coming, this one here for the class teachers comment. And then also these learning activities are also changing according to each learner. So if you want this one, these photos, you can change them and put your own. You can remove these ones and put your own photos from Google, or you can choose from the photos you use in the exams. Those good photos you have, you can use them on the report card if you don't like the ones we have put. Then down here, you put there the class teacher's name, the head teacher's name, you put it here. And on top here, you can also change this design. You go to the master page, view master page, view master page. So this is the master page. You can be able to remove these designs as well. If you don't want them, you can be able to design here, you change, you put there your own school name. So for example, if I say, this is Kisasi Nursery School, so I can be able to have this, the logo, I can decide to put it on the right if I don't want it in the middle. So you can feel free. One of the advantages with our software is that it is very flexible. You can just take some time, and you can even go to Photoshop and design a beautiful banner and put it up here when it is well designed, and just replace this other header section to make your report card unique. Then here, you can be able to, this is supposed to be able to bring for us here the photos. The photos will appear here. Here in the sample photos I put, these are the blacker things which are here. But when you put your own photos, they will be the ones to appear there. So you can do that now. When you are through with customizing, putting your logo, changing these things, then you can go ahead and click on mailings, edit recipients list. You have to first do this because sometimes it selects even empty rows. So you deselect all these and only select those two. The learners, if there's a learner whom you don't want to print a report card for, you deselect. Then you click OK. Then from there, you'll be able to go to finish merge and merge to new publication first, so that it will make a report card now for each learner. Now, let me first close this. We have 3 layouts. So you have to delete other 2. That's why it is telling you here that you can choose one of the 3 report formats. So if you want this one, which has only activities, like maybe for baby class, you can delete the first and the second and the last. If you want this one, which has only the learning areas without the only the learning areas without the learning activities. Then you delete the other two and you remain with this one. So for example, I'm going to delete this and I'm also going to right click and delete this. So you just delete these two, so you remain with the one that you want. So from there, you will go and finish merge to new publication. So in this case, it will only make two because we have only two learners, and we'll make a copy for each. Then from there, you save as PDF and save it like on the desktop and call it maybe baby class. So you can, we keep, like I said, we keep, you can send us even your report format for your school. If you want us to help you to customize and design it and put your logo and put other things, that is something you can do on your own. But if you want us to do it for you, you can send us, but there we charge you extra money for doing customization, and we can even come to your school to train your teachers. There we charge additional money. But if you just want the software and you can be able to follow the guideline here and customize it on your own, which is very possible, then you only pay for the software, and that becomes very cost friendly for you. So basically, I'm going to close this. So basically, that is how we use the nursery report software. We have introduced several layouts in the same report, and we can be able to have several optimizations for that. So I've done a quick demo there. And after this, I'm going to be demonstrating the one for primary. I'm going to be quickly demonstrating for primary. I have primary, we have a new curriculum, and we have A-level. Maybe before I proceed, I don't know if there's someone who has something, a quick feedback or question regarding nursery. Mr. Benson, have you been hearing me? I've been trying to go through because there are some members who don't know about the software. So if you have any issue with the nursery, you can let me know before I open the primary one.
I think all has been okay. The only thing that I wanted to ask you is about the conversion of marks out of 100. Can I do it myself, or you'll need to first customize it from your software?
Okay, now in this version, we have already put it there, but in your version, the one that you are having, the marks were out of 10, it is actually possible. We had put, we put there a column where you can be able to specify. It is possible. You can update it yourself there, but if not, I can send you the latest version still. But when you go to your, if I open the version that you are, okay, sorry, I'm not having it here. There is a column. There is when you open the, let me just show you where you'll do it from. So when you go to version, the data entry sheet, you'll be able to find in your version, you'll be able to find here on the data entry sheet, there was a column here and there was another column here. So this column here is out of 100, but in the previous version, it was out of 10. This thing was converting everything to out of 10. So you'll just look at this formula. You will see there's somewhere where we divided by 10. We converted to 10, and you just remove that 10 and you make it 100. It will automatically update this, and then on the report card, the marks will be out of 100, and you just edit where there is out of 10, you update it out of 100. So it's possible, but in this latest version, we have automatically done that, and I can be able to send you this one also later after the session.
Okay, thank you. I think that is what I wanted to ask.
Okay. Now let me proceed. Yeah, thank you. So okay, so let me try to now open the one for nursery, for primary. So after looking at nursery, we can look at lower primary. Now primary, we have two segments. We have lower primary, which which doesn't have things of aggregates, but it has things like literacy 1, literacy 2. And then we have upper primary, which has SST, science, English, math, and it also has aggregates, yeah, and division. So the same concept works. We are using Excel. For example, want us to do our own custom design software. By the time Microsoft has been working for many years. Their product of Office is stable. So if I build my solution on top of it, I'm guaranteed, because for them, they continue updating their Office, and Office has been here for many years. So I'm very sure it is strong enough, it can be able to capture and handle, and every school already has a familiar, even teachers are a bit familiar to Excel. But if I was to do my own software, which is totally unique, no one knows it, then it would take a bigger curve. But it's also possible. It could have its own advantages. But for me, I think doing a simple tool based on a software that people already have familiarity on is a good thing. And especially for some of us who don't want to go into systems, like online systems, which you have to pay server fees every term. If you don't pay your off, the server is down, and what? So those systems also have their advantages, that someone can log in from anywhere. But this one works on a computers in this, like you can put it on some computers in the staff room. You can put like, for example, this folder here for lower primary. So what you can do, usually you get this folder as I send it to you. You can copy the folder or extract it. Then you go to the desktop of one computer in the staff room or in the computer lab, which teachers can access. Or even some teachers have laptops. You can choose some laptops, like 3 laptops, class teacher. You know that this class teacher's laptop has senior one, as P1, and then that teacher can avail the laptop to the subject teachers, the 4 subject teachers of the subjects in the staff room. So they can easily enter the scores. So you just copy the folder and put it here. And then in case you have more than one class, you right click on this folder and you rename and you call it P1, okay? And then after doing that, after calling it P1, you copy the same folder and then you paste it. You get a second copy and you call it P2, okay? So when you call it P2, you will be able to have, you just copy the folder and duplicate it. So you can put P1 and P2 on this computer. Then you can, to decongest such that all teachers are not coming to the same computer, you can put P3 on another and P4. And maybe if you have 3 computers, you can see, okay, here, let me put these classes on this one. If you have one machine, you can still put all your folders on one computer and have it in the staff room. So other teachers, we have some of our teachers who are analog. They started teaching in 1995 and they don't even know how to hold the mouse. You cannot force them to go to the computer. So for those ones, what you can do is you can print out the mark entry sheet. Print it out. They put in their marks for SST for the 50 learners you are having in the class. And then you just get from him the hard copy. And then you come here and you go to SST. So this is literacy. So you come here and you start entering for it. It doesn't take long if you have someone reading for you. You put 78, 67, 54, like that. So don't force the teachers to enter marks if they might even mess up everything, if they are too analog, if they are digital immigrants. You can support them. Just print out the class list in the order you can enter marks, print it out, give them, and then they just fill in. Then you get one of the teachers, and maybe you, who is a bit IT compliant, enter for them quickly so that you can process marks faster. So the problem is that sometimes people come and they mess up things. Someone will come, delete some columns, delete what, and then the system brings errors because these columns don't delete any column, because these columns are connected, and if you delete it, it will cause inconsistencies. So enter. But if your teachers are good digitally, then put on computers and let them enter the marks themselves. So you just guide them that when they open, the class teacher will come here and enter the names of the learners, as I showed you. The photos, just right click and say link, and then you choose a photo from the folder. You must have already put the photos there. Now, there is something that I'm going to demonstrate here about photos cropping and all that. I'm going to demonstrate during this session. So you put in the streams, the age, the total days. So if the learners were there for 80 days, it automatically calculates the number of days absent. That is something that I did. These other things where there is a blue don't change. The comments of class teachers, unless if you want to change, it will automatically generate them. But you are also free to put in your own comment. Maybe, for example, this learner here should come with a dissection kit. That is the comment you want as a class teacher to tell the parent. So you can come here and say, Rose should carry a dissection kit next term. Okay, so this is a comment which can't be automated. It is just a comment you as a teacher you want this learner to have. So in that case, you can put in that comment yourself. But if not, there are some comments which will be automatically generated based on the settings here. So if you scroll on the right, we have the comments for the grading system, the very weak based on the marks, and then we also have these other comments for the class teacher based on the performance. So instead of you typing a mark of a comment for each learner, as a class teacher, you can just come down here and you think of very good comments. There are some comments we are putting, but you can feel free to customize these comments, put in those in the language of your school. Maybe you have your own school culture, you have your own way how you communicate. So you can be able to change these comments and say, okay, what should be this comment? And also, if these were the comments you used last term, the next time you can alter them a bit so that parents don't find it monotonous for them to be seeing the same comments on the report card. So you can be able to adjust the comments accordingly. Now, these other teachers for mathematics, we have made a provision for 3 subjects here. So you can be able to enter either 1 or 2 or 3. So end of term, beginning of term, and mid-term, they are the other way around. So you can be able to enter those scores. And then after that, we have added the math, English, literacy A or SST. This is the same tab, literacy B or science. Then there's religious education, PE, language. You can put here Luganda, you can put any other language. Then you can put ICT, art, if you are doing those subjects. Now, some of these other subjects are not core subjects. So we have made a change in this version 5 that these other subjects don't affect the performance of others. I'm going to demonstrate that in the one of upper primary. So this is what happens here. So for example, let me show you. So this is the summary sheet, which is going to show for us everything on the summary sheet. So this is the summary sheet. The summary sheet, like I said, you copy out and go open another sheet, delete out things you don't want, and only remain with the columns you need for your summary. So I'm going to close this for now, and then I come here. So you come and open the report card. Now this one, the person who opens this is not the SST English teacher. No, it is the person who is going to print, the computer person who is going to print the exams. Or it could even be the DOS or the class teacher. If the class teacher is going to prepare these report cards and is good, is a bit good in IT. It asks you to select the data sheet. You go and select the data sheet where it is. So I'll go under my lower primary. You should know where your things are. So for example, I had put them on the desktop. So I have to know. Let me first cancel and I first close. Let me first cancel and I first go and I see very well where I was, because the challenge comes is that you open P2 and then you connect it to a P1 data sheet because you have forgotten. So what you do is you have to, if you have opened the, I hope members can hear me. Let me hope my computer is not slow. So, okay, so if you opening, if I'm in P2, then I have to open P2. So I've now known where I am. I'm in P2 on the desktop. So I come here, I open this one. It is going to ask me where to connect. I say, try to connect the data source. Then I'll go and I go to the desktop and then I go to P2. So I have to be knowing the location of the data sheet. So don't again select data sheet for another class with the other. So you'll be confused and you start seeing things are not changing, yet you're updating the marks. Now, this report card can also have different layouts. I'm going to actually add this one I've not added, but I'm also going to put like 2 or 3, just like the way I did for nursery, layouts of the report card. You can actually tell us to okay, you can tell us to help you on customizing, but it is very possible to customize. If you know Microsoft Office, then you should be able to customize this report card. You can change colors. You can do anything. For example, I can come to table design and I change the lines to be red. Or our school, we use a lot of blue. So I can come here and I choose the colors and I choose another color. So feel free to adjust the colors of your report card the way you want. You should be able to change here, term 1, change it to term 2. Be able to change these lines here if you want. You can remove them or you can change them to another color. So you can be able to customize each and everything. Down here, you should feel free to change, adjust, put there another logo, or totally take time and design your report card to look good. So this is one of the advantages of our system. Unlike other systems which are rigid, if they design the report card in a given way, they programmed it in PHP and whatever, you cannot, the report card is rigid. Like these systems which are just in Excel, like we had the best grade. The layout of the report is fixed. You can't change. But here, I can decide even to change this table and I put it elsewhere. I can even decide to say we have not done midterm, so I don't want it totally. So I can come here to the table, layout, design, and layout, and then I say delete rows. Okay. Then we have, so you can be able to adjust this thing, change whatever you want. Now, what works here is we have what we call merge fields. When you click on this ABC, it is going to bring what we call merge fields. These merge fields, they are the ones which bring the data from the side of Excel. So you don't need to do it. I just wanted to show you, but they are also here, merge fields. So the merge field, the name, the what, so they must be in the right place. In case you, by mistake, delete a merge field, you should be able to insert the merge field in a given area. So you can be able to look at all these, whenever there is a data like position, what, that is a merge field. All these comments are merge fields. So you can be able to look at your report card and customize it. You can even delete the entire table here and put shapes and design it in differently and put your merge fields there. So it is possible to design your report card. So after you have designed your report card, you click on, there is something I wanted to also talk about, the issue of the photos. The photo is here. Sometimes the photo, the photo is cut off. Let me find out. Okay. Mr. Niwamanya, are you hearing me?
Yes, I am on.
I think, let me hope my thing, members, I hope my connection is okay. Am I lagging or? Okay. So what I wanted to show you is this part of the photo. You can click on picture format, and then you click on, okay, let me just right click on the photo and then I say format picture. So this picture has a part of cropping. So if I increase this crop level, if I increase the crop level, so it has bottom, it has left, it has right. If I click OK, you see it has cut the photo even more. It has cut the photo. I don't know whether my thing is lagging or people are seeing what I'm doing here. So let me ask someone here, Mr. Brian. Oh, Madam Flavia. Madam Flavia has gone off. Okay. So you right click on the photo and then you click on format picture. Okay. Okay, you click on format picture. Then from there, here, you make sure the crop level is, you can put like negative 0.2. So when you do this, negative 0.2, let me put it at negative 0.2. It is going to be cropping outward. So if it had cropped off, you change the crop level outward so that the photo is not cropped. So that is how you handle the issue of the photo. Make sure that it is not cropped. So maybe your learners, the photos were very close to the head, so you can be able to format this and then you increase either the left, the right, or bottom or top. So that is what you do, and you can be good to go. So from there, you go to mailings. So you go to mailings, and then you go to mailings, and then you go to edit recipients. Then you select now you see here it was even selecting empty students. So I remove those. And then after that, click OK. Then I can go ahead and finish my merge. So finish merge and merge to new publication. So in this case, it is going to merge for you and you're going to have the learners. Then from there, you can save as, publisher, PDF. It's good to save as PDF before you go for the printing. So I can say P1 reports, and then I'll be able to have my P1 reports like that. So I will have my reports and I'll be able to have them the way I need them to be. So one thing that I'm going to be uploading this, I'm going to add on this report card, I'm going to add like 2 or 3 other layouts, just reorganizing the same data with the merge fields. And then I have, so that different schools can choose different layouts. You know, someone cannot necessarily say, hey, these ones are using Sharebility system. No, you can have this, use Sharebility and all of you have different reports totally. There is something that I wanted to briefly show you before I leave this. Here, I'm not going to spend much time. The upper primary has a similar feature. What I want to show here is the issue of aggregates, and it is mainly here in the upper primary report card, because in the lower primary, we may not have those. If you have aggregates also in lower primary, then you'll use the same one for lower primary. So for example, I have mathematics, I have English, I have literacy, which is SST, and then I have science, okay? Now, I also have these other subjects, which are co-curricular subjects and others which learners are doing. Now, when I go to the summary sheet here is going to show me the aggregate here. The aggregate here is 15. So I'm having mathematics, English, literacy 1, literacy 2. Then I have RE, I have these other ones like this. So the 15 is coming from these ones here. So I have 6 plus 9, which is 15 for the 4 top subjects. So even if I go to PE and this learner is having a 90. A 90 in PE. He got a 90, 87, and is having that. So he's having very good marks there. But if I come to the summary sheet, PE is there. The learner has a 90. The marks are there, but the aggregate is not affected. So this is something we have worked on in this version again, is make sure that these other additional subjects, they are not part and parcel. In previous versions, we had a version where having a D1 in PE would make the system to choose PE as one of the best 4 aggregates and leave out mathematics and English, yet these ones are the core subjects. So in this case, we have handled this part. I want to ask a question here again. Mr. Niwamanya.
Yes, please. Yes, I am on.
Okay. Is this what you were saying, that PE and these other subjects should not be?
Yes, exactly. This was my concern. But also, there are subjects where I would want to just make some comments, like we use characters. For example, subjects like ICT, we have been grading them like with characters like A, B, C, D. So I don't know whether that provision is also possible. So that if I put a character, does the system accept a character or?
Okay. Now, for these subjects like ICT, we that thing of, because you see, I programmed all these to be able to, when it comes to the total, to contribute to the total and all that. But the only character we accept here is the X to mean missed. These other characters like C and others are not yet in, but I'm going to, for this term, it is not there. Yeah, maybe I'm going to see if we can have some of the other special subjects where you can have that. But for now, we have uniform grading. If it is on the report card, having characters and also having numerics would make it a bit complicated. But I'm going to think of that, and we see maybe we can have it in the next version. But for now, I've only worked on these other issues of the grading. And I've also shown you the other thing you were saying of cropping photos. Yeah, so maybe adding other layouts, but the issue of character, I've not yet programmed that.
Okay, I get your point.
Okay, so members, that is a bit fast because of time, and we can always support a school. And by the way, I can also come to your school where I need be, like, but it's better we do that before the last minute panic of exams. Like when the term has just begun, can get and I come and look at exactly your needs, and we try to see how we can customize the version for your school specifically. That can be able to work for you well in high. You test it before you are in panic for end of term. Now I'm going to quickly go to one of the systems that we have been pushing, and this is a new curriculum that is secondary. So for those of you who are secondary, this is the time you can be able to pay attention on this one. So secondary, new curriculum. New curriculum is not about marks only. It also has things like generic skills. It has many other things. So the same concept. You have a data entry sheet, which is Excel, which teachers already know. You can get this sheet, put it on some laptops, which can be accessible in the staff room, so that teachers can enter. And by the way, they should be entering this not at the end of the term. When a teacher finishes activity of integration, let them enter the scores, so that last minute you are not having a panic. So when you open the data entry sheet still, you just be able to access, you'll be able to find the names of the learners. You can be able to put in the name. So for example, let me put here Francis. Francis. So once I put Francis, it will automatically change. Wherever there was Rogers, it will change it to Francis. Okay, it will change it to Francis everywhere. So you put the names of the learners. Now, in case you already have these learners somewhere, you can still copy them, but copy carefully. Copy like one column at a time. And then when you come here, you paste and choose this 1, 2, 3, paste special values so that it pastes only the names. So sometimes some people copy from another Excel, maybe we're having many other, then they all from Word, and they just paste and they think clears even formulas what, and then they tell me the system is not working. So if you are pasting names, paste them carefully. Now, these other things I've already demonstrated. I want to just come this side. Now, the new curriculum has a lot of things. So in it, in the settings, there are many things here. So we have what we call the activities of integration, which are out of 3. But then the total formative score is out of 20. So we have the class teacher's remark on the competences. So you can be able to put them here. You will see them the other side when I'm entering the scores. And also, in case your learners have only done the activities of integration only, the class teacher's comments are here. Then this side where there is a green, we have added what we call generic skills, just like we had in nursery, where we had very good, what, even here, we have what we call generic skills. Generic skills like having empathy for others, meeting deadlines, being good at presentation, negotiation skills. We have put many genetic skills because some people don't know genetic skills, even constructive comments and positive comments. There are very many. Meets deadlines, struggles with the computers, that is computation and ICT proficiency, and others. So you can also change these genetic skills and put in your own. For example, here where there is works hard, I can say, maybe we teach Luganda and I want a Luganda comment also to use it on the Luganda report. So ngamanti akola bulungi emirimu. So I can put in my own comment there in Luganda because I have a Luganda subject and I will want it on the report card. So I can put in those other. Then we have project work also. In case your learners have done project work, you put in the project title, scores, and remarks here. You'll be able to see more on the report card. Now, let me proceed. So this first sheet is for the class teacher, but what is most important is putting in the names first and the stream. These other things can come later. And then also, what is very important here is there is this yellow thing, this one here, the yellow thing. It asks you, did the learners do out of 80 assessment? NCDC guidelines tell us that in first term and second term, learners can just do activities of integration. Then it is in third term when they are supposed to do like end of year, end of cycle kind of assessment. So in case you only did the did learners do out of, if they did, you say yes. Because some schools are giving learners still out of the end of term, out of 80. You say yes. But if not, you say no. It is very important because it is going to configure the scores at the other side, how they'll be computed. So after you have done that, you come in here and you go ahead and you enter the activities out of 3. So you just come here and put in out of 3. So for example, if a learner has got, if you put a 4, a 3 it will allow. If you put a 4, it will refuse. You are not supposed to put a mark more than 3. So you have to put 2.5 according to what the curriculum guides. So you have to put in accordingly. So I can have, so as you put in, it will automatically give you the teacher's remark here. So because in the previous versions, we didn't have automated comments. So it was people to type, and if you have very many learners, typing was a bit hard. So we have made it in such a way that you can automatically type. Then in case the learners have done out of 80 exams, you also come here and put a mark. It will automatically calculate the grade, and then it will even put the generic skills here. Generic skills, you choose a drop down. So you can come here, you see, akola bulungi emirimu. It is my comment, which I put the other side. It has now appeared here. So you can be able, here with the general skills, what we have done is we have made it easy for you to just choose. You can have the various comments, manages time efficiently. You select the general skills is like some of the things learners do, apart from the academic scores. What other soft skills do they have? Communication skills, and all those things. So you just choose some of those. Or if you want, you can just type. You can just type the comment. So you can, here where the general skills, you can still type here a comment, and then you select it from here, and it will be able to be on your report card. So basically, we have added that feature, but one of the main things in the version 5 for the new curriculum, we have fixed, we have, so these other things work the same way. So I'm not, because of time, I'm going to be a bit fast. In case a learner missed assessment, you put an X, then it will automatically put an X for that learner to show that the learner missed assessment. So that is basically what happens. Like I said, if your teachers are very analog, please save the day and help a neighbor. Just print for them the class lists. It will be faster and more efficient for you. Entering these mark sheets, if they are already having scores, doesn't take long. It can save the so you can have those who are conversant to enter their own scores on the computers. Others who are totally not okay, as you continue teaching them skills, you can help them and have good marks. Now, we have several subjects here. We have additional subjects. We have ICT, geography, language, art. So on this one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 provisions for subjects. Yet a learner does around 11 subjects only. So we have even extra. In case you are not doing PE at your school, but you are doing another subject like maybe food and nutrition, which is not here, you can change where there is PE and you put there food and nutrition, and you use this same sheet for food and nutrition. So you can use this sheet for food and nutrition, or for any other subject that is not available on the sheet that you are having. Okay, so okay, so I don't know. Let me hope people are seeing my screen, or I'm not. Let me first try to stop sharing here. I'm going to I want to make sure that everyone is seeing. I think there has been some time lag because of internet. Let me switch the internet connectivity so that the thing can work faster. I'm going to be opening it up. So I'm about to finalize. This is the second last. I'm about to finalize. So let me try to be able to demonstrate very fast here. So in this new version 5, what is new? We have done most of the things the other side on the report card itself. And also, I'm going to be opening the report card and I show you some of the changes that we have worked on here in version 5.0. Okay, so, okay, let me see. Just want to, I think my internet has been slow. I've realized as if there is a time lag between me and the sound and the screen. I think there is some time lag between the sound and the screen, which should not be the case. So, okay, so so in the previous version, okay, now I'm okay. Okay, so let me now proceed. So in the previous version, there was a problem of merge fields. So let me just share there very fast. So, and also there was the issue of comments. In case you have not done out of 20 exams. So let me first save this, and then I talk about those two things, and then we proceed. Okay, so let me first open this site, and we move very fast. I think there was a time lag before, so you should be able to see me. So when he said you want to open, you say yes. Try to connect the data source, and then you go ahead and you choose the right data source. So version 5, and then I go to CBC. I look at this one here. So there are two things here. In this report card of new curriculum, these are some of the first thing is we have the detailed report which has the competencies. So the scores and everything will come here, the comments and the competencies. This is the qualitative side. Then we have the summary one. Now this summary one, we have in this new version, we have fixed the issue of comments down here. The comments down here should be able to come. So this one is telling me, Francis, you have some missing assessment. I think the other side, the marks. Let me try to go to the next learner. We're going to the next one. Okay, I think I didn't put in enough. The other side, when I was demonstrating, I didn't put in enough. So these comments are coming now. In case you are having only out of 20, if you never did out of 80, we have this report layout which summarizes the 6 topics that you have covered, and then the out of 20. In case you like a term and you never did out of 80 exams, then in case you did out of 80 exams, you will find this one which shows the 20 and the 80 and the 100. And then we have another one which is this one which shows the topics, the out of 20, the out of 80, the out of 100. So we have various report layouts. So you just choose the one you want. You just delete these other things like demonstrated before. You delete these other yellow things, you delete them. You customize the header, you change the things the way you want them to be. Down here you can be able to do whatever you have to do. So now what you do here is, let me first go back the other side and I show you the Excel sheet exactly so that you can understand. Then I'm going to be calling for questions. So I'm going to go and let me first go to the side of the Excel. So when you open the Excel sheet, there is something that I want to show you about comments, because that has been a problem in the previous version. Some people have been saying comments are not coming and all that. So the comments I'm talking about are the class teachers' comments here. So here, where we have here the class teachers' comments. So right now you can see the comment which is saying, Francis, you have some missing assessment. Okay. So let me come here. So I have this mathematics, I have the marks, I have English. So this one had a missing mark. So let me put here a 67. Okay, this is activity of integration. So it has to be 2.8. Okay, so that missing assessment is no longer there. So this other side, so that was a problem. So you can see here now the comment has come. Francis, thank you for being a diligent learner. So that is now coming. Now, in case it's a term where you have not done out of 80 exams. So let me remove these out of 80 exams. If I remove these out of 80 exams, like this, these are the out of 80 exams. So we have a part for out of 80 exams, and we have a part for out of 100. So if I remove the out of 80 exams, these ones here, so if I remove them, or maybe the learners never did the end of year, they never did the out of end of year. So what will happen is, so if it is this setting is saying, did the students do out of 80, and you say no, it will be fine. But if you say yes, then the comment will change here. It will say you have missing assessment. because there are some subjects which are missing, they don't have their X's here. So you have to choose the correctly here. If you are wanting to base on only out of 20, then you say no, and then you only have the out of 20. But if you say yes, then you have to supply the marks out of 80. Once you put in those marks out of 80, and there is no X, then the system is going to bring for you very well what you need at the end of the day. So in case the learners are not doing a subject, then remove totally if you don't want it. If you are having a situation whereby you are having coursework, but you don't have out of 80, then that will be a problem. So remove the coursework totally and also remove out of 80 so that it remains blank. There it will know that this subject is not offered. And so it will not bring the other comment of missing assessment. So the comments can only come if you have chosen the right setting here and you have supplied scores for those subjects. So that is the one thing. Then the other thing is when you open the report card, the other thing we have fixed is we have worked on the merge fields. So like, for example, in this other report card of the last one, the last layout, in the previous version, there was a mix-up of comments. So like I said, when you go to mailings and then you click on preview results, you should be able to see these merge fields. The merge fields should be consistent. If it is history, you should be able to have history in the merge fields. In case by like in one of the previous versions, there was a mix-up, history had merge fields for English. So you'll find that marks of history are going in English. That was causing what? It was causing problems. And those who knew mail merge, they could fix it, of course. And those who called me, I guided them. But in this latest version, we have clearly looked at all this and made sure that the merge fields are in the right place. So in case there is a problem, or if you realize that there is no merge field, like this is the history out of 20, and by mistake you delete it, that means the marks will not appear. So you go to mailings, and then you go to insert merge fields, and then you look for history out of 20, which is somewhere history out of 20. So you need to look at other columns, and then you look for history out of 20. So this is history out of 80. History out of 80. Let me see. Where is history out of 20? So it is somewhere down, I think. So I have to know, I have to look for history out of 20. So this is history out of 100. So I think it should be before. Yeah, biology, physics, geography. It is here, history out of 20. So I've inserted the merge field. So you just go to mailings, insert merge field, and you can insert, in case you have deleted a given merge field by mistake, you should be able to insert it in the right place, or if they are jumbled up. So for this latest version, after that, you click on this and remove the merge fields. Yeah, so always don't forget to click on edit recipients list and to customize your report card so that it shows you the learners very well and the marks. And down in here, we shall have the competencies and everything coming out very well. So basically, that is what you do. Click on mailings, edit recipients list, and then you merge to new publication. Delete off other things you don't need. If you want a one-page report card, it is still possible. Delete others and remain with only that one and customize that. If you want a full report card, retain the first 3 pages of the details and then the one summary one. So you'll end up with 4 pages, which is the two sheets of paper for the report card that you need. So at this time, I want to invite some questions. I can see Flavian. Flavian, your hand is up. Are you able to unmute? Flavian, are you able to unmute?
Yes. Are you getting me? Are you getting me?
Yes.
I have a question. Like you said
Yes.
that you need some samples. What if I don't delete, but I know the one I'm going to use? Can it cause any effect? Then also, my interface of the laptop is displaying product activation failed. Can it have the effect on my data? I think those are the concerns that I have for now. Thank you so much.
Okay. So for the first one, if you don't delete, then it will generate all of these for each runner, and that's what you don't want that. So you choose one that you want. If you have done, for example, only out of 20 exams only, you don't have out of 80, then you'll have to go to this one which has out of 80, because it will remain with X's which you don't want. So delete it from the report card. In case you want it next term, you can always go to the other zip and re-extract the fresh copy, which has everything. So you just come in here and you delete this one. You delete that layout off, so that then even these ones, if you want to remain with these ones, you can remain with them. And also here where there is competence and topic, you need to supply the topics and competences which teachers taught that term based from their schemes of work or from the syllabus book. So for new curriculum, if you want a full put in the competences and everything. Otherwise, if not, you delete and you remain with like this summary one, which you can customize well, and then you'll be able to offer and provide your learners. Then you talked about product activation. Now, product activation is not to do with our software. That is to do with your computer. In case you need to activate your office, we provide a free office on our website. If you go to sharebility.net/software, you can be able to download the 13. It even has an activator in it. After installing, there is on the menu, there's somewhere where there's utilities. So you come in here, you will download Microsoft Office 2013, this one here. 2013, 2017. It is around 3.3 GB. We advise you to have at least Office 2013 and above for you to have a better experience on the computer. The same has an activator, or you can go to a website called Get Into PC and then you search for activator. You download an activator and then you use it to activate your Office. Flavian, you had your hand up. Did the techno come on?
Yes, I think you have settled my case. In case of anything, I will get back to you on call.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So, colleagues, we are dedicated to continuously improving this software every time, so that by the time we reach version 10, it will be it will be at least most of the things are catered for and should be able to work. And maybe we can think of building now some other kind of system. But this one, we specifically made it because we wanted something simple and cheap for schools. Even a city school can afford, instead of some of the other big systems, which are a bit costly. So this is something that we can continue giving feedback. We have a WhatsApp group. You can join it and you can always give us feedback, and we can always be able to improve and support. And also you can invite us when the term is beginning. We come and we have a one-day session with the staff, so that we go through all their problems and we customize your version early, so that by the time they're entering marks, when they are comfortable and they are able to be able to do everything. Now, finally, I'm going to quickly go for A-level. I'm going to quickly go through the one for A-level, which is the last one. And then from there, we shall be able to conclude this session accordingly. Now, the A-level system handles the same, follows the same criteria. Now, for the A-level one, I'm working on version 5.0, as you can see here, 5.0. But I'm still having the 5.0 is not. I'm going to just show you what is in the design. But one of the things that I'm looking at are the A-level award rules. With the A-level is a bit complicated. Different schools have different rules, but I got these rules somewhere about how to score an A, B, a C, a D points. For A, learners should have these points like this. So this is a new algorithm that we are putting in the version 5.0. Some people are having some comments regarding the grading system, but also we are adding in, just the way we have done for primary school, adding in beginning of term and end of term so that you can have that. So for now, let me first show you what is there. So for now, what is there is this one version. We have arts and sciences. Now for the new one, we are going to have only one, but when it is, you can just duplicate that same one to work for any. So the new one, we are not going to put in subjects because we know A-level has a lot of subjects. So it becomes a bit tricky and many papers. So each subject has like 3 papers, 4 papers, unlike these other levels. So I'm going to come to I'm going to come here and I choose, let me first choose for you A-level. So you choose, I've started with the report side because the other side, so with A-level, just like primary, it is a simple one page. Just like we have primary, A-level is just a simple, this is the current version. So this version has, if you say arts, I've chosen the one of arts. So one of the things I've seen that a learner may have, learners do only 3 subjects. So you may find that this learner, so if this learner here is a learner from science, so you find that this learner is doing geography, economics, now mathematics is not here. So that means this learner here is supposed to be for arts, for science. So this has been the confusion which has been there. So if I try to go to the next learner, this learner is in 5 arts. So this learner of 5 arts is having history, art, geography. Those are the 3 subjects he's doing. And is also, now there is another subject here, maybe someone entered maths. So these are some of the things people have been having there. Marks have been entered beyond the number of subjects that the line is supposed to do. And but this is the concept. Now, the best thing to do, either we separate arts from science students and make sure that we had separated here, we had separated the arts subjects from science, but the data entry sheet is the same. And the data entry sheet being the same, because some students are doing combinations having both arts and science. So it's not easy to separate the arts and science. You find that someone is doing PEM. Economics is also in arts, and yet economics is also in science. So you cannot say that we shall separate the learners. Maybe we can separate and then put economics on both sides. Yeah, but now I've opened, this is the other same learner who had opened with arts. I'm now seeing mathematics here, I'm seeing geography, I'm seeing economics. And then after that, I'm seeing ICT here and the general paper. This one has 18 points and this one is coming out well. So this one here, then we have the class teacher's comments and head teacher's comments, and we have something like this. So this is what we are having. So this is the A-level report card for format that we are having. So the data entry sheet is similar to what we have been having in the past. And it is having where you enter the names, then each subject here, for example, you enter the names here, then you come here, you put the various papers here that you are having. And then you can put, if this learner is in arts, then is doing history. So you avoid making a learner having more than 3 subjects. If you do that, it will not grade the learner. You enter those, and then you also have the summary sheet. Now, what are we working on in the version 5.0? That one I'm going to just be finalized. So in version 5.0, we are optimizing based on the feedback. This is A-level 5.0. So based on the feedback that we are getting there in 5.0, we are adding two things. We are making the data entry sheet to have fewer subjects, but it is going to be able to, you will be able to put here the subject. So we have beginning of term and also end of term, which has not been there in the previous version. So in case learners have done beginning of term, these two papers, and then also end of term. So you can have a provision for that. Then when you go to the report card, when you go to the report card of 5.0, so this is a layout that so this is the, as you can see here, I was still designing it, but look here on the right. Look on the right here, this is the layout. So I'm having, it is this one here actually. I'm having a paper. I'm having a paper, beginning of term, end of term, then I have the average of the two, then I can have now the grading based on the average. So this is what is having an enhancement for A level. From this is what has been there, only one set. But for this latest version 5.0, it is having both papers. But also the other confusion of subjects, it's going to be solved by you grouping learners based on their combinations. So you can say, in our school, we are having these major combinations, and you can be able to duplicate the data entry sheet based on those combinations, and then you have, so you have the learners in the system. So I'm going to first end here, and I want us to conclude this session so that I can package some of these softwares and have them on Sharebility web services. You just go to our website, web services. Those who don't have this software, you go to our web services of sharebility.net. And when you go there, you will be able to find a section for Sharebility software. So you can place an order, or you can be able to send us an email or call. You can be able to call this number here. You can call that number 0776 960 and that one should be able to, yeah, you can just call this number and can be able to or send me a WhatsApp or email director@sharebility.net. So when you do that, I can be able to send you an invoice, and then I send you the software. Yeah, so sharebility.net. You can be able to send you sharebility. So you can send me an email there, and then I'll be able to send you. We have a system. We have a billing system. I'll send you an invoice. So you just come here and then you click on Sharebility software tools. Yeah, so I'm uploading the latest versions there with the improvements. If you have an old version and you want to upgrade, we give you 50% off because you are our existing clients, but also we are putting in energy to continue working. So we can't just continue giving for free. So if you have your old version and it is working well for you, it's okay, you can continue. You can just do some changes yourself and then you continue using the software. But if you want to use this one that I have worked on, new layouts and improvements and enhancements, then you only pay 50% of the actual cost of the software. So you come here on web services and then you place an order. We shall be able to serve you and support you to have your report cards ready. Okay, so this time, let me open it up to general questions, and then we can wrap up if you have any comment, and wrap up with this particular session accordingly. So, Ivan Wachiro?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, have you followed the session?
Yeah, followed the session and I've really liked it. And I'm very happy with the A level where I've seen that maybe for a learner, the specific report card will only bear maybe the subjects that the learner does. I don't know if you're working on that
Yes.
or you are
Yes,
going
that's
to
what
even add other subjects. Eh?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's why it's going to have just a few, like not having very many, which others, Elana is only doing 3, but the report card has 8, 10 subjects. Others are
Aha,
doesn't
that
work
will
well.
be a
So
perfect one.
yes, having just a few, maximum 6. If the learner is doing 3, but then you can delete the others from the, because combinations. Someone may be doing
Eh,
MEG, PEM,
mm,
so you find that the only difference is geography, is physics and geography. So you may have a
oh,
report card for MEG group, having
mm,
some other additional 2 subjects so that you can
mm.
match up many like that. So I'm categorizing by combination so that there are fewer subjects on the report card.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for the good work.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Any other comment? We have like 3 minutes only. Mr. Niwamanya, thank you very much for being on up to the end. I continue being on WhatsApp and can be able to even organize the session directly with a person, and we support them specifically on their own report card. Mr. Chigozi Musaso, thank you for being on. Mr. Ivan Wakiro, yeah, and many others who have been on this call. Thank you very much. We are going to end here. Let me end this session here so that I can. Mr. Kigozi, you have a comment?
Nothing, just to appreciate. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. And I want to wish all of you a nice evening. Thank you very much. Let me work on these softwares and make them available. Thank you.